that time again. We're heading off from Mackay to Early Beach on our kayaks. We're sailing around 160 kilometres and the wind today is probably around 20 knots, beam on, so we should get a fair bit of speed. It's almost lunchtime now, so we should be out there by 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're just prepping for this trip. Everyone's loading all their kayaks. Everyone's kayak seems pretty full. And yeah, so I've got a few people from all over have joined us this year. I've got an Italian couple from down south, as well as another lady and another gentleman from Sydney. But I'll introduce you to those guys a little bit later. In the meantime, we'll head down to the kayak and we'll get it ready for launch. You can see me behind us. It's Martina. It's getting ready. You ready to go, mate? Yep, excitement all around. So yeah, let's get amongst it. How you swimming, mate? She's left you behind. It's a long swim. So we've just launched the kayaks. Nice, we'll load it up. Behind us. And we're about to head out to the Big Blue. Hey Deb, what do you reckon?
About what?
About today? Are you in disguise? Who are you hiding from? Welcome to sunny Queensland. Bit of a overcast, drizzly day today, but the wind's blowing nice and hard. We're just heading out of the mouth of Mackay Harbour now, and it should take about 4 hours to get over to our first island. The first island we're getting to is St. Bees Island, little campsite over there. So we're heading over there small, well, afternoon, and yeah, we'll probably stay there for a couple of days and regroup and head on to the next. But it's nice and protected in behind this breakwater right now, but yeah, she's a little bit bumpy out the front. A look of the island. Might be a little bit hard to see, but it's right there. And that's St. Bees. The other guy's coming up behind us. Might just furl the sail, and I might just wait. Well, it's day 2 on our island hop up the coast. I've made it to St. Bees Island Camp last night. Come in right on dark. I've set up camp behind me. Got my usual setup with a few changes. I'll go through the rest of my camp gear and stuff a little bit later on. But yeah, unfortunately, we actually had 4 kayaks start, and one of the guys pulled out within the first 10k. He turned around, radioed us, and yeah, he was just taking on too much water, maybe a little bit too overloaded, not sure. But yeah, he made the wise choice, and he's headed back to Mackay. Unfortunately, he drove 2,000 kilometres all the way from Sydney, so man, my heart goes out to him. It's a long way. But yeah, the other two kayaks are safe. They didn't make it to this camp either last night. They pulled out a little bit earlier on one of the neighbouring islands here, which is Keswick Island, at a beach there. They were having some dramas of their own. It was a little bit nasty yesterday. It was 20 to 25 knot winds and a lot of slop. Even I took on a lot of water. I had to start the bilge pumps a few times. But yeah, anyway, that wind's picking up again. The wind is supposed to drop off over the next few days. Hopefully it doesn't drop off too much, because we are sailing vessels. I don't really fancy pedaling the whole way, but just a light breeze is nice. Anyway, this morning what I might do is I might go through all my food that I brought out, and then each day we'll go through something different. I'm just going to walk back here. It's that wind's going to blow me away. And also might go and show you my solar panel setup with my battery. It's a real neat little system so far. It's working really well. And a massive shout out to Tom if you're watching, mate. Tom's a mate of mine, and he's helped me put together this little battery box, 25 amp hours, but we'll go over that anyway, and we'll have a look at that. In the meantime, let's check out what food supplies I brought out. Last night, I probably spent an hour drying out my cereal or granola. I bought a bunch of granola out for breakfast each morning, and it was in Ziploc bags, in a dry bag, and it got moisture in there. So yeah, I spent like an hour actually just with my little stove and just trying to dry it out. And last night I hung it up. Seems to have dried out. I had some this morning, so that was good. So that's all my granola there. I've got some red onions, some oranges, lemons and apples in there. That's all my fruit. I've also got some dehydrated fruit over here, some pitted dates and some apples, and some juice and some of these fruit cups. Also brought out the usual coffee. I've got some milk for coffee and cereal, some coconut cream and coconut milk powder in case I do get some fish and I want to do some coconut cream fish, and then some poppadoms. They generally go with these pre-meals here. These are all pre-packaged meals, and one of these is rice and the other one, well, over there is a different flavor. So the guys had this on the last trip that I did. They worked really well. They're not overly filling, but you just put those in some water, some salt water, heat those up, and yeah, it's just like using your microwave at home. It works great. So yeah, I brought enough of those for one a day. So that's my dinner sorted, granola for breakfast, and then I've just got to worry about lunch, whether that be fish, yeah, or whatever. So we've got these little Chinese sausages. They go with those meals. Some butterscotch snaps, some naans, which will go with them as well, and some wraps for some fish, hopefully if I get some. And then as an extra, I've also got some trail mix, some sultanas, and some muesli bars. So yeah, oh, and not to forget, I've also got some sushi, miso soup, and shiitake mushrooms, and the good old faithful self-raising flour. So that's pretty much my food for the next 12 days. Well, 11 days, I guess. But yeah, everything that I've brought out, you have to be able to keep it, and you need to be able to keep it dry, and it's got to be able to keep for a long time. So a little bit of pre-thought goes into it. You just can't go to the store and just buy a bunch of vegetables, because that stuff just doesn't last. But anyway, I'm pretty adaptable, so even if I did run out of food, I guess I just have to spend a bit more time looking for some. So So a new addition to Sea Monkey, my sailing kayak, is this solar panel battery system. So what I've got is a 50 amp hour solar panel, and that's hooked in externally into this battery box. I'll just give you a look. Two USB ports, and here I've got two 12 volt sockets as well. So another thing I wanted to show you with this solar panel battery setup is this this app that I've got. So I've got a solar regulator inside that battery box, and that regulates the power going from the solar panel to the battery. But it's also a smart regulator, so it actually sends out data via Wi-Fi. And I've downloaded this app. It's called Smart Solar, and it works an absolute treat. So I can tell how much power is going in, how much power is going out. I can look at all the trending as well. If you're a bit of a graph nerd like me, then yeah, you kind of love this stuff. Alright, so this is the app that I was talking about. It's really cool. So this is your solar section. So at the moment we've got 2.4 amps going in, and at the moment the battery's got 1.9 amps going out. So at the moment we're making 0.8 of an amp. It's on bulk charge, which means it's trying to put as much power in it as it can. As it gets towards that top end of charging, it's just going to turn into a float mode. It's just going to keep it topped up. Another section here, history, so that tells you how much power the solar panel has made today. It's getting up there. And trends. Yeah, I won't go into this, I won't bore you, but yeah, that's the app. Really cool. Alright, so it's late afternoon. There's a bit of an unexpected event. Martino rocked up to the beach here around lunchtime with one of the locals over on Keswick Island, has picked us up. He's informed me that both their craft had been damaged over there, so we've gone over and we had a look at their craft, and the guys are already getting into fixing their craft. They're good to go now, so they are going to meet us back here in the morning. That's the plan. And from here we're heading over to Cockermouth Island, which is about 15 kilometres away. So it's another night here on this beautiful location. Stunning location actually, by myself, but that's okay. Might even have a glass of mead tonight. So while I was away, the crows have got into my food supplies. They haven't done too much damage, but I did lose one casualty, a fruit cup. Sure, I can live with that. Sure, there's a happy crow out there somewhere. So it looks like I'm going to have a pretty quiet and relaxing afternoon in this hammock. Just going to sit back and chill. Before I do, I'll just give you a bit of a look. So I've got the usual rain fly. These are our camping tags. So we need one of these for each campsite that we camp at. All the locations are national parks, so you do need to pay a small fee, which is not much. Then we have a mosquito net. Shouldn't be too many mosquitoes around with all this wind around. Sleeping bag and a couple of pillows. And I've got my little torch up the top here. Pretty simple, but does the trick. But anyway, I'm going to jump in here. It's pretty terrible, right? So it's day 3. I'm leaving this beautiful beach here on St. Beers, Turtle Beach. Stunning spot. Moving on to the next island, over to Cockermouth Island. It's about a 15-kilometre hike over there. I've just loaded up the Hobie behind me. She's ready to go. And I've had a bit of a bad start in the morning. Actually, I crashed my drone. I sent my drone up to go and see where the other guys are, because they're coming over here this morning, and then we're going to hike over to Cockermouth. And as I was doing a return flight, I flew into my mast, my kayak, which is rookie error, overconfident to say the least. But yeah, the drone's okay, the mast sail is okay from what I can see. There's a bit of a scuff on there, but I'll have a closer look when I get over to the next island. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to jump on this, on the old sea monkey, and get into the water and go find these guys. So I'll see you out in the water.